I want to discuss what pluralism is and why it's a concept that matters when we're talking about diverse learners. So pluralism is a simultaneous existence of more than one idea, more than one culture, more than one set of beliefs. And it's different from combining or compromising into a single view or belief. So there's a phrase that's a little bit difficult to track back, but there's the idea that democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding what to have for lunch. So if you are just combining for, okay, well, what do most people think about this? Let's come up with that. The majority are always going to suppress the minority. And so the majority view is the one that gets put into place. So for example, for a long time, as an academic, when I went to academic conferences, as someone who's from a very rural background, I quite literally grew up in the corner of a wheat field. When I went to those, most folks were from metropolitan backgrounds. And so I felt like that if we were all going to just kind of combine on one set of views, it was going to be theirs, right? I was outnumbered. And so with pluralism, though, they could maintain their views. I can have mine, and those can coexist at the same time. So we don't have to narrow down or compromise onto here's one set of beliefs, here's one culture, but those can all coexist. And so with this, if we're thinking about our classroom, we can have multiple cultural backgrounds, multiple sets of beliefs, multiple religions, whatever, those can all coexist at the same time. We don't have to compromise, we don't have to narrow down, and we don't even have to agree. We can let all of those coexist, and we should try to let all of those coexist. Because if you have multiple cultural backgrounds and you say, oh, we're just going to combine on what works for most people, you're going to leave certain people out. And you're going to leave out those who are in the minority. You're going to leave out those who don't have a voice, which are the ones that really need us to help support them. And so as you approach the topic, I think it's worth keeping in mind kind of this perspective of how do we maintain pluralism? How do we support multiple cultures, beliefs, etc., existing at the same time and give those all space to exist in our classrooms?